Hey everybody, Black Mamba 703 coming at you with a deck profile of my Mermail Atlantean deck. There's some out there that are kind of weird. I used to run the Gen X engine, but I only had one Undyne and one controller, so it didn't really work out too well, so I kind of made some adjustments to it. I'm here with my buddy
Dark Sage 1, what's up, guys?
Been a while since we've done a video together. He's going to be doing one later, I believe, correct?
Yeah, lights orange.
Alright.
Sorry if the camera is shaky.
Yeah, he's holding it because we're not using the tripod because my back is killing me. Anyways, let's get right into the main deck. First, you gotta play your big boy. 3 Megalo. And, if you don't know what he does by now, special summon him by discarding 2 water-type monsters, and then he searches for an Abyss spell trap card, which I got a couple in here, and you can tribute 1 face-up attack position water monster. That's the key point there, face-up attack position, and he's going to make 2 attacks in 1 turn, which is phenomenal. He's your beater. Next, 3 TS. He is special summoned off of discarding 1 water monster, and he searches a level 4 Mermail monster, level 4 or lower, I believe. It's been a long time since I played this deck, but
You can check. You got level 4 lower.
yeah. And then a lot of people don't play this one because it's not really useful as much. I play it because it's a big body, and it gets me back one of my Abyss spell trap cards from the graveyard if necessary. And that's going to be a 1 Abyss lead. This is a rank 7 spam deck, and it can be a link spam deck now as well because of the whole link format. Right, that's it for the big boys. Next, we got 2 pikes. I feel pike is good at 2. I used to play Turge, but I didn't really need him as much. Pike is a searcher. Turge gets you a monster back from your graveyard. This is, deck thinning, the name of the game, and it's kind of important to have. Next, for when you have your big boys in the graveyard, 2 guns. I'm thinking about dropping it to 1, but if this card is discarded by a water monster's effect, special summon a Mermail from the graveyard. And that's one of the things about them that a lot about this deck that really kills the deck is it has to be discarded. It can't be sent to the graveyard. It can't be destroyed from your hand. It has to be discarded. And then the last Mermail, Abyss Lind. And that is a beautiful artwork there too.
Let's just zoom in on that.
Dang shadow.
Yeah, darn on
There's
the...
a combo I play with this deck. I've used it against Dark Sage many times.
Oh, that's a little too far in the zoom.
I use it many times. You just got the tripod set up.
Yeah, I kind of zoomed in a little too much. I'm sorry, guys.
But you'll see the trap card later. What she does is if she is destroyed from the field, special summon 1 Mermail monster from your deck. Any Mermail monster.
Meaning you can bring
You can bring any of those big boys out.
any one of these.
Alright. Now, let's go to the Atlanteans. Thank you for throwing that.
I gently place them on top of each other.
You gotta play this at 3 no matter what. If you don't, you're doing it wrong. 3 Net Abyss. The Atlantean Prince. He is such a key card in this. When summoned, once per turn, you can discard 1 from your hand I believe it was. Oh my god, it's been forever. Here, give me a second. Send one Atlantean monster from your deck to the graveyard to add an Atlantean from your deck to your hand. That's what it was. I'm sorry, guys. And there's another card coming up right here to combo off of that. Dragoons. Send Dragoons to the graveyard to activate. When this monster is sent to the graveyard to activate a water monster's effect, search a sea serpent. Any sea serpent. That's your big boys, for the most part. If I can remember correctly, TS is an aqua type, so you can't search him. But Molanglacia, the elemental lord, is a sea serpent. So if you can get it right, you can get him out first turn. I've done it a couple times.
Yeah.
This, I'm thinking about dropping down to 1 Atlantean Marksman. It pops back row. It pops, I believe, anything really, as long as it's face down. Target one set card your opponent controls, yep. And then on the opposite spectrum, there. Yay for unedited videos.
What's editing?
Yeah, really. Heavy infantry. I want to run this at 3 because it pops face-up cards, any face-up card. Which, most likely nowadays, with the meta, no thanks to Thunder Dragons and stuff like that, trap cards are really irrelevant, and setting cards is you don't set cards anymore. So that's why I want to run that at 3.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah. Next, that's it for the Atlantean lineup. The problem solver. If your opponent has something you just can't get rid of, you kaiju it. Gamma Seal. He is the best card to be running in this. Get that out of here. He's trying to freaking showcase his lunar lights in this. Not lunar, I mean light sworns. Hey, shut up, it's been a long day.
I am the triggered.
And people in the comment section are going to be triggered too. After that, one of Molanglacia can only be special summoned by having exactly 5 water monsters in the graveyard, and when it hits the field, randomly discard 2 cards from your opponent's hand.
Helps light swords.
Yeah, funny. It'd be sad if you have 2 JDs and they both get hit. But the only downside is when this card leaves the field, skip your next battle phase.
What?
Shut up. This is another card I want to end up running at 2. Aqua Spirit. Banish 1 water monster to special summon. That's it. Cannot be normal summoned set. Must be special summoned by banishing 1 water monster.
It doesn't say can't be normal summoned.
Oh, no?
This card can only be special summoned by removing 1 water monster from your graveyard.
So it can't be normal summoned.
As long as this monster remains face up on the field during each of your opponent's standby phases, you can change this battle position. You change the battle position of one of your opponent's face-up monsters. Must remain in that position for the rest of the turn.
But you don't pay for that. You pay it to go into XCs or Links. Or even Synchros, because next card, Diva. Simple enough. Normal summon, special summon Neptibus, then Synchro summon. After using Neptibus' effect. And that's it for the water monsters. Next hand traps, I only run 2.
He plays fire.
Gotta mix a little bit of fire with this water.
You don't want to boil it.
Ash Blossom. Self-explanatory. It's like the key card to have in any deck right now. So spells. I'm running right now 2 of these. I'm debating on changing it around. Abyss. This is one of the Abyss scale spell cards, which you can search off of Megalo. It is Mizuchi.
I'm trying to keep it in frame.
Yeah, but there's the shadow.
So? They can see it. I'm trying to keep it in frame.
Alright, anyways. Enough arguing.
Do you want views?
I want to help people. That's what I want to do.
But you also want views.
I do this for the people.
And views.
Shut up. You can only equip this card to a Mermail monster. It gains 800 attack.
Hibiscus.
Megalo is a 24 beat stick.
Where's my phone?
On top of the 800 from this, he goes to 32, and he can attack twice. And there's a special thing about this card. If your opponent when your opponent activates a spell card, this automatically goes to the graveyard and negates the spell card.
That would suck for Endymions.
Yeah, it would suck for Endymions.
Do I have this with me?
Now, I still need to do some tests on Yugioh to see if it will negate cards that have been already activated, like continuous spell cards. So,
like, for example, I can't think of one.
oh, what was that?
Dark Magical Circle.
No, Dark Magical Circle, yes, but there's also
That's one that I can think of.
more meta. Sky Strikers,
multi-roll.
Multi-roll, yeah. So if that can stop multi-roll, that would be amazing. I know it can, on initial activation, it can probably stop multi-roll, but after that, the continuing activations, I'm not sure. And then I'll run one Twin Twister. I would like to bump that to 3, but I gotta look through this. I'm pretty sure you all can help me out in the comment section, but as of right now, I'll run that at 1. Next, Dark Hole. I know like nobody plays this now, but it's good for a little bit of a field advantage on turn 2 if you have that. And
most of the people are running the next card you're playing.
That won't be for a little bit. Actually, not. Yeah, move that up. I just started grabbing cards, so. Next one, Raigeki. More important than Dark Hole. If I can drop Dark Hole, I would. Along with this next card, Book of Moon. Targeting. I don't really care too much about spell cards that target.
You think about it, you can make Dark Hole Raigeki.
What?
If you think about it, you can have Dark Hole play your Raigeki. Activate it.
Yeah, activate
at the beginning of your turn.
Yeah, before you have any monsters. That's what I said. On turn 2, if you're going second, which with this deck you want to go second, Dark Hole your opponent's board. And if they have anything that floats and you have a Raigeki in your hand, you're all set.
JD.
Yeah, shut up. 1 Insta-Fusion. I really think Insta-Fusion should have gone to 1 instead of Norden getting hit, because I'd still be running Norden in this if it wasn't for that.
But I mean, they did replace Norden in a way.
That was just so painful for me when Norden got hit. And then 1 for 1.
I think this has to be his favorite deck that he plays.
This was my most favorite deck. I mean, if I can get it to be really good again, I'd enter this in with tournaments again in a heartbeat.
Well, I mean, you pretty much got it there. You just gotta play some things.
Yeah. Now, onto the traps. I know, traps are way too slow, but mostly filler right now. I mean, this is a pretty good card. Storming Mirror Force. Your opponent attacks. Activate this.
Bye-bye.
Every monster that they control that's in face-up attack position goes back into the hand. If it's an extra deck monster, goes back into the extra deck. It's a real jerk thing to do, especially if someone has a card that can somehow get a powerful monster back from the graveyard by being blown up, and they decide to try to kamikaze.
I'm curious as to know what he's talking about.
Oh.
Funny thing is, this says...
He'll go over it in his deck profile.
It just says, by battle or leaves the field.
Oh, phenomenal.
So pretty much...
So I'd still be helping
You
him.
activate that. I get JD.
Now, if I can, I'll replace all my traps with the Solemn lineup. But as of right now, I just run one warning.
He's warning us.
I would love to get 3 strikes in this as well, and a judgment. But those are pricey cards, and starting off YouTube, with the job I have, it's difficult to
Judgment's
obtain.
not too pricey.
Not the one I want. But it's difficult to obtain certain cards as singles.
Okay, if I wanted to, if I had the money to, I would literally
Hollow out that entire deck.
Well,
it's practically already hollowed out. But anyways, enough about his light sworns. You're welcome for actually getting it right this time. The last trap is Abyss Sphere, which is another card you can get off of Megalo. It's any Abyss spell trap card. Abyss Scale. I'm sorry if I said that before. I don't probably want to get a lot of people saying that. Those Abyss spell trap cards, not Abyss Scale. Anyways, that's my lineup. Sphere, special summon a Mermail from the deck. Destroy it at the end of your opponent's next end phase. Get Lind on your opponent's turn. They end, Lind blows up. Enough said.
Okay.
It is a free level 7 monster.
It's funny. I think that's Lind in the artwork.
It is Lind in the artwork.
It's funny that you have both ultimate rares.
Yeah, I know. I actually pulled that one. This was probably my very first ultimate rare I ever pulled.
You did that on purpose.
Maybe. Now to the extra deck. I mean, it's not a proper water deck if you're not totally awesome. Yeah, dad puns are bad. Yu-Gi-Oh! Dad puns are worse. But yeah,
I have answers to that.
totally awesome. I really wish they didn't change it to that name.
Treat Toad would have been better.
Treat Toad was an amazing name. Because it's just an absolute treat to have on your field. I'm sorry. Abyss Dweller, next card. Being a water deck, this is a great card to have. Not only are you able to stop your opponent from using graveyard effects, but on top of that, he, as long as it has a water a monster who's originally water type as material, your monsters gain an attack bonus of
500.
500. Thank you. I really forgot that. It's been so long.
That's fine. I played on my last ones.
Next, in order to get Treat Toad out, I'm sorry, totally awesome.
Bahamut.
Bahamut Shark.
Oh.
It's
Fairly decent.
he can't attack the turn you activate his effect, but I mean you get something that negates.
Oh well.
I mean I think it's a good trade-off. My next card, I really like this card. A Hope Woven Dragon Shark. Not many people play this, at least that I've seen with deck profiles. And what it does is I declare an attack, detach, every monster my opponent controls loses 1,000 attack. That's the main reason why I use it. I mean, there's more to it. I can't remember off the top of my head. Yeah, funny.
You got your big boys, I got my big boy.
And when this card is destroyed by battle or a card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can target one other monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Again, get more of your big boys out.
Pretty freaking good.
Now, on to the rank 7s.
Oh yeah, I zoomed out a bit so you can have more space.
Alright, awesome. Not many people play this nowadays.
Big Eye.
Number 11, Big Eye.
He's a big guy for a big guy.
I like taking my opponent's monsters. What can I say?
He's a thief.
I mean,
Punish him.
it's a bit of a dick thing to do.
Punish him.
Next, Mermail Atlantean. Is that in frame?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It is.
Alright, awesome.
Don't
Don't question me.
Don't question me or I'll pass judgment.
Shut up. Abyss
Stops attacking.
pretty much says anything level 5 or higher that is under his attack, I believe,
Oh, wait, never mind.
cannot attack. Put Abyss Mizuchi on that,
Then it stops that.
then it stops that. No, actually, I think it just... No. Sorry, guys.
I think it's just like a
Well, this face-up card has Xyz material. Level 5 or higher monsters cannot attack.
Oh.
So there you go. But here's the thing. Once per turn during either player's turn, you can detach one Xyz material from this card, negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent controls that have less attack than this card until the end of the turn. That's what it was. And Yugioh, it's glitched or something for that card. It has a protection effect. But disregard that. Because there's nothing about that. Yugioh's messed up.
Like us.
And time for my last rank 7. And I have been gamed by this many times before I got my hands on Mermails. Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon.
Rawr.
Cannot be destroyed by card effect as long as it has material. And if you want to activate anything and this is against you, as soon as it resolves, you take 500 damage. Doesn't matter.
Well, we lost not Dark Matter Dragon. That can now technically be.
Doesn't matter.
Dragon.
Yeah, it can be. All right. So, on to the synchro section of my extra deck. Tatsunoko. It is such a great card.
Little level 3 synchro monster that gets to
You can
tune.
use. It's a level 3 tuner synchro monster that you can use one material from your hand.
What about Coral Dragon?
Hello, level 11 synchro monsters. I mean, yeah, you can do Trish.
Well, it's not
But you have to have
level
something. You have to have something else on the field because it takes 2 or more non-tuner monsters. My next card, White Order Whale.
No.
It nukes the field when it comes on. You have to run that. It's such a great card.
Technically, it splashes into battle.
Shut up. Oh, Dark Sage.
I'll try you. If you know what that reference is from, I love you guys.
Trishula.
He's done.
I'm done. I'm just done, guys. I'm donezo. Anyways, Trishula.
She's
Everyone knows why this was banned for a reason.
Was banned?
Oh yeah, this and Brionic was they were both banned.
I knew
For the
Maria
longest
was.
time.
I just didn't know him.
Nah,
She was.
it's non-targeting banishing,
Oh, okay.
so that's another great thing. So, banish one card from your opponent's field, graveyard, and randomly from their hand. The fact that it says randomly from the hand, that means it doesn't target, so everything else doesn't target, which is freaking broken.
Still hit the
So-
ban list.
That's why it's limited to one now. They brought it back for a freaking miracle. My last synchro going to be Leo.
Leo.
It can't be destroyed unless it's your main phase too. Enough said. It's a 31 body.
Kaiju.
Cannot be destroyed. That's tributing, buddy.
Yeah.
All right.
And he has a few more left to go, and then it's my turn.
Calm yourself. Off the instant fusion, only got one card. Theseus. It's a level 5 tuner monster.
Yep.
What else could you ask for?
Norton. That triggered him so much right there. And in the duel video later, you will see me get massacred by a fish.
Anyways, this use could be used for many things. Yes, it can't attack at the turn you summon it because Insta-Fusion's limitations.
Yeah.
I mean, it gets destroyed at the end phase anyways, but you can tribute it for Megalo, you can synchro summon, you can use it to go into a Link monster. There's so many possibilities for this card. That's why I run it. Last, the Link monsters. Miss Starboy. 2 monsters. All water monsters gain 500. Fire monsters lose 500. When the card's destroyed or leaves the field, special summon a water monster.
Oh, add a water monster to your hand.
Or add a water monster, Mike. Thank you. I clearly don't pay this enough.
I only know that because I play I also have Hipposhinnigan and...
Yeah. Well, it also doesn't help that
Duel,
you're really the only one I duel against, and I'm too busy with work.
Yeah.
So I can't go into tournaments and stuff like that. Next, I probably just should have kept that there.
Yeah. Oh well.
Thank you, Dark Sage, for this card.
You're welcome. Where's my third Minerva?
You're not getting it.
I'll take that card back then. Mermail
Atlantean. Thank you. I remember reading over it before. It was decent. It's a decent card. I just can't remember off the top of my head. Just 2 fish, sea serpent, and or aqua monsters.
Any Mermail.
Any Mermail monster, yeah. Or an Atlantean, it's anything in the deck. That's not...
Any water monster.
That's not,
Judgment Dragon.
Yeah, funny. A monster this card points to gains 500 attack and defense. It's another Miss Starboy. You can only use each of the following effects of this card once per turn. During your opponent's turn, you can send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard, add 1 Mermail monster from your deck to your hand. Downside, send. It is a quick effect, thankfully, but you're sending. You can't discard something like Marksman or Heavy Infantry to disrupt your opponent. It is sent to the graveyard so they don't get their effects.
I love how you're doing a deck profile of a water deck and your playmat's blue.
Yep. Intentions. No, not really. And then the second effect is if this card in its owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's attack or card effect, you can send 1 water monster from your deck to the graveyard, then target 1 water monster in your graveyard, special summon it in defense position.
Oh hey, just take it away from you and then crash into something with it.
Yeah, really.
Or Kaiju. Wait. Yeah, Kaiju would work.
But yeah, it's
Decent.
a good card. The only downside is no discarding. It's sending.
I can't figure out what that last card is. I don't remember off the top of my head.
This is going to trigger him.
Not really. Not a lot triggers me.
Borreload.
Oh yeah, that card. Never mind.
Borreload is such a good card. It's a 3,000 beater. It says, oh, sorry, you're going to lose 500 attack.
Got an answer to that.
Just stop.
I pretty much, with this deck, I pretty much have answers to everything.
Yeah, it's... If you don't know what Borreload does by now...
I honestly still don't.
Well, it's clearly he lives under a rock. But, I mean...
Well, I play rogue decks. Fight me.
This has been played so often, but now has been replaced by, if I can remember, Boral Sword Dragon.
No, they've been played together. Boral Sword and Borreload.
Yeah, but Boral Sword is now being played more than this.
No, Borreload's been playing more.
At least in the deck profiles I've seen.
And by the way, we are getting a new structure deck soon that's based off of this little boy right here.
Which I can't wait because I would like to have more Borreload Dragons.
Congratulations. The other reason I'm going to get the deck is because I kind of want to try out that rocket archetype just to see how it is.
Alright. Well, that's my deck profile.
Just throwing that out there.
Get that out of here.
Hey, it's a full art Yu-Gi-Oh card.
There is another card that I would like to run. If I can find room for it. Because there is a card that you can exceed into it with this. That is so underrated.
Very underrated.
I want to run 3 of these. I think I had some more somewhere. True King... Barestos. I can't fucking remember.
The Fathomer.
The Fathomer, yes. True Kings have always been hard for me to pronounce for some reason. I just call it the Water True King. But if you destroy 2 water monsters to special summon him, banish up to 2 spell trap cards from your opponent's field and or graveyard. That's good. Then you can, if you can get 2 out on the field, exceed summon. If you get 3 on the field, that's even better. To the True King of Calamities. It is such an underrated card. It can negate all of your opponent's monsters' effects. Such a good card. I heard that.
What?
But, yeah. That's what I would like to run in this deck eventually. But as of right now, limitations are limitations. So, run on long enough with this deck profile. Thank you very much, and leave in the comment section what you would add, what you take out. I would love input, because I want to make this the best deck possible. So, I hope you all have a wonderful time, and thank you for watching.
Peace.